so embarrassing, like filming and everyone's watching you. Today I am at Meredith Metalworks and the rig is in for an absolute treat. We have got so much going on with this today. Basically, you have to pull the whole front end off the car, 2 new guards, new single snorkel, and that pesky Bluetooth snorkel is getting deleted, as well as an airbox and new intake pipe. So come along with us while we rip my front end off. I was super excited to get into this build, but there was a lot of work to be done. So I started by removing the whole front end of the car so that it was out of the way for us and ready to be worked on. This is me removing all the bumper and everything so that it was out of the way. I also had to take all the headlights out and remove the current snorkels and guards that I had on. This was such a big process, and honestly, it took so long to get all this stuff apart. But once I started getting into it, it came together so quickly. These flares that I have on the car are so hard to get off. They're actually riv nutted into the guard. So when I installed the new guards, I also had to replace all the riv nuts as well. I honestly did not realize how big of a job this was going to be. I had to take the old flares off and remove all the trim clips on the old guards just to get these guards off. It was a bit of work, but once I got that first passenger side guard off, it was actually coming together so quickly. Chloe jumped in to help me, and this was just such a big process. I was so glad that the team was super helpful. As they say, teamwork makes the dream work. Chloe helped me so much here with getting these guards off and fitting the new ones. This was such a big process. This is the first time that I've ever pulled the guards off my cruiser, so I really didn't know what I was in for, and there were so many hidden little clips and stuff that I didn't realize were holding them on. I was so happy once I got the actual guards off, and the car looks so naked here without the actual guards or anything on. It was so strange to see it, but it looks so stancy with that wide stance de-whiz kit in it. Once I finished that, I started removing all the old factory intake pipe and my old airbox. This is not going back in. I have a brand new panel filter airbox from Meredith and a new intake pipe from Meredith. These were a little bit fiddly to get the old stuff out, but honestly, it was such a learning curve for me to pull all this stuff apart, and I love working on my own car and learning all this stuff. The new guards came up so nice. Chloe actually painted them, and her business is called Fuck It Refinishing. And these actually were perfectly color matched. This is the new snorkel that's going in from Meredith. This is a 4-inch seamless polished snorkel. And to go with that, I've got the panel filter airbox with a uni filter. So this should 100% stop any dust entry into the engine. Then I just had to refit the new guards. These are actually aftermarket guards, so they were a little bit fiddly. And with my old guards, I had actually bent them from having 37s on. So these were a little bit harder to fit because of some prior damage, but they look so amazing on the car. The color match is perfect. Once we got the new guards on, Casey taped up the new guard and started cutting it out, ready to fit the new snorkel. They were super pedantic about this. Like, they wanted to have it perfectly sitting right, and they did such a good job. I was so excited to see the snorkel sitting in there. It looks amazing. It was so shiny and new. Once it was cut out, they just made sure final touches were on, put the pinch weld in, and then they started fitting the intake pipe and the new airbox. The new intake pipe looks so good. This is a fully stainless powder coated black intake pipe. While they were getting all the finishing touches on the Snorkel and stuff, I started putting the car back together just so that it was ready to go. We didn't have all that much time on this day, and I had to boost it straight back up to Central Queensland after we finished this. But this came together so good. The team was all hands on deck to get this finished on the day. It turned out amazing. The final touch was they had to get under the car and hook up the intake pipe as well as the oil lines for the catch can. So they got under and did all that, and then it was nearly done. This is the Snorkel and new guard. It looked amazing. I was loving how the rig looked here. Super stancy. That's almost a wrap at Meredith Metalworks for the day. Holy crap, that was a huge day. But the rig looks amazing now. Thank you so much to Casey and Chloe and the team at Meredith Metalworks. Let me show you the rig.